Okay, so I'm wearing the exact same attire that I did with my last tier list, by the way. Like, legit, if you look at my last Call of Duty tier list, I'm wearing the exact same thing. In fact, I even have the exact same tabs open up right above me, yeah? But anyway, you want to hear me talk about tier lists, right? Here you go. We're going to talk about tier lists. Halo. Halo is fantastic. I love Halo. Halo was my very first FPS that I ever played. I'm going to be happy to dissect this. So, let's get this out of the way. We'll go into the never played thing first. So, Halo Fireteam Raven. So, from what I understand what this game is, it's like an arcade game. Like, where you go to, like, your local arcade. And it's just like a shoot 'em up thing. Like, you have two guns. You can play two player. You have a little gun that you can mount and you can shoot, like, elites and stuff. It's an arcade gimmick. I'm not gonna put that on the tier list anyway. Like, I'm not gonna rate that shit. We're not gonna do that because comparing all of these games, why would I put a fucking gimmicky arcade there? How could I even even if I did play it, how the fuck would I be able to compare that to any of them? Right? Like, what is that shit? Okay. Anyway, what is gonna be S tier? What are the best Halo games? What's the best Halo game? This is really close, guys, because the problem is of rating Halo games, you're trying not to battle nostalgia in your mind. You have like that Halo theme kicking, and it's difficult to not like just jump out of your seat and fucking uppercut the roof and break your fists. But S tier, I'm gonna put Halo 3. I think Halo 3 is probably the best Halo to date, and the reason why it was so special, for me especially, is because it was the opening Halo for Xbox 360. It was the next gen thing, right? It was the big game that everyone wanted to play when the Xbox 360 came out, and it was what initially gave Xbox 360 the advantage over PS3 at the start, because everyone wanted to play Halo 3, and it was fucking godlike. Phenomenal map design, and, you know, with all the upgrades that, like, Reach got with Forge, Halo 3 had a really good Forge too. And the good thing about Halo 3 Forge was, especially with the DLC maps that came out in terms of the newer ones, Foundry and Sandtrap, I believe. The amount of shit that was on those maps, and like Trash Compactor, Jenga, the amount of miscellaneous fun game modes that people made in Halo 3 that they tried to replicate in Reach, despite Reach having the better Forge. Halo 3 just nailed it in terms of having the competitive aspect, and the campaign was phenomenal. Arbiter is fucking awesome. The fact that we got to see him team with Master Chief, for the very first time in fucking video game history, dude, I didn't want to be player 1 because I wanted to play as Arbiter. That is godlike, dude. Like, people always want to be playing that level 1 spot. I wanted to have level 2 spot. Everyone wanted to play the level 2 spot in Halo 3 because they wanted to play as a fucking elite Arbiter. Come on, dude. That is sick. But yeah, everything just felt super right. Halo 3 is a godlike Halo. The best Halo in my opinion. Fucking awesome campaign, awesome multiplayer, awesome custom maps. I guess, like, the fault, and then, like, looking at this in hindsight, it doesn't have like a fight mode or something like that. But anyway, it is still great. It is a fucking phenomenal Halo, and will be remembered, in my opinion, as the best Halo ever. I'll see what Halo Infinite is, I suppose. But yeah. Is there anything that deserves to be on the same tier, like, list as Halo 3 did? You know what? We're gonna create another tier. Add row above. Sorry, I got a Facebook message. That's my mother telling me to feed the pets. Okay, so we'll make this green. Label name. Godlike. Hello? Delete this shit, dude. There we go. Godlike, Halo 3, that deserves to be up there. Best Halo. Um, I'm thinking, man. Halo 3 had very good cutscenes as well, by the way. Okay. So, gotta have Halo 1 up there. In A tier. Wait. We need to create an S tier. S tier, S tier, S tier. S tier. No, no, no. I want to add a row. I want to add. Oh, okay, that's how you do it. I'm dumb. I'm dumb, guys. S. And we'll make it a different color. Cool. It's all sorted. Oh, shit. Okay. A tier. Cool. So, S tier Combat Evolved. Now, this was the very first Halo that I ever played. I'm sure, I mean, a lot of people, it was the very first Halo to come out, right? Um, Fantastic campaign. Sergeant Johnson's hilarious in that game, by the way. Voice acted very, very well in that. Um, the Flood as well. I felt like the Flood were terrifying in this game. Maybe that was just because I was young when I was playing them, but especially like the design that like Library went for, and it made things seem a lot more mystical, mysterious, uncovering a lot of the artifacts through the Forerunner and the fucking the Circle dude. I forgot what his name was, um, and it's just where everything started. Like Combat Evolved had a very open single player campaign. Oh, not a single player, but campaign too. It was fully co-op, and the design was like you can go wherever you want. Especially that second level, the map was so ridiculously big. Where you come in with your warthog and you're like, where the fuck do I go, dude? There were a lot of big open places you can go. Blood Gulch multiplayer map was fantastic, by the way. Everything about it was just very, very solid, man. Like it deserves to be in that S tier slot. Um, Halo 2, I think, is just a better version of Halo 1. It introduced dual wield weapons, which is pretty cool. I mean, not that it was the most useful thing in the world. It had part of a campaign where you could play as, the elites and really seeing an insight as to what Arbiter was and the prophets and how they trade with them, their sort of religious factions, and how the Covenant deal with each other. This is also the game where I believe they introduced the Brute faction, um, which is quite cool because Brutes were very deadly, and you also got to go against him in the very last level. And they really made them feel like they were a big deal when introducing a new faction and making them feel meaningless is something that a lot of video game creators tend to do. But they fucking did a fantastic job at making sure that Brutes felt badass, just charging at you. They were 8 feet tall with gravity hammers. If you get hit by them, you're fucked. The difficulty of this game was very good as well. Once again, much like Halo 1, the Flood felt like a big deal. They were a threat. Energy Sword as well. Um, Fantastic weapon to play around with. Absolutely fantastic to use, dude. It was great. Halo 2 definitely deserves to be an S tier. Um, S tier as well. We'll have Halo Reach now. Probably the best of the wild class as the modern Halos. I mean, is that really modern? I guess it's old, right? Um, Halo Reach was the very first Halo to introduce reticle bloom, which revolutionized. Well, I wouldn't say revolutionized it. It changed a lot of the way that the gunplay worked in Halo. Um, of course, they did have a lot of changes and upgrades in terms of its forge system as well. And it was the very first Halo to get away from the original recipe of we're going to have Master Chief as the main guy. You got to play as a dude in a squad. Noble, I forgot his name, honestly. I haven't played the game in years. But I remember the campaign, I just forgot the guy's name. You got to play as a squad, and it felt very different. The vibe, the environment was very different. And I enjoyed the change of pace because you're going through like different planets and seeing animals and stuff. And it was really, really great. I enjoyed the campaign in Halo Reach, and playing it with friends was fantastic because it challenged the Halo universe and did something different. Like, you ask a lot of the people, what is their favorite thing about Halo? They're like, a lot of them are going to be Master Chief is fucking awesome, dude. Halo Reach shouldn't have Master Chief. So it challenged that shit. They were balls deep with that approach, and they did well. The legendary ending was also fantastic too. Like, it was emotional. It got you. The scene at the end there where it had like the helmet cracked, I thought it was really fucking cool. Um, but anyway, I think the worst thing about Halo Reach was definitely its map design. Um, like the amount of maps that. So I understand this. So a lot of the maps that they had in Halo Reach, you could build them on Forge. I just didn't like how artificial everything looked, right? Um, Sort of the same thing that I discredited Call of Duty for. It looked too futuristic, and I really dig the sort of maps that involve you being on there, on the floor, on the ground. You see the nature around you, and you can have the technical things, the technical aspects around the map, right? Which is good that you can interact with rather than you just floating up fucking a 50 billion top uh, building in the middle of a skybox. Everything doesn't make any sense. And it's just designed poorly. I thought the maps on Reach were its downfall. Otherwise, I'd actually put it in the godlike tier, next to Halo 3. The maps were its biggest downfall. Forge was great. Maps weren't that great, to be honest. Um, Halo 3 ODST. We're gonna put. Oh, sorry. Halo Reach also had a pretty good firefight mode too. Firefight was solid. Halo 3 ODST was the very first Halo to introduce firefight. And actually, when I was analyzing Halo Reach, Halo 3 ODST was the one to introduce not playing Master Chief. So this was the more balls deep one. Anyway, firefight in Halo 3 ODST was fucking fantastic. It was fun. It was really difficult. And ODST design has always been really cool. I thought, like, they're sort of the Black Ops, right? These guys are highly trained, specialized Marines. They're not Spartans, but they're like very efficient and proficient on what they do. Once again, getting that sort of squad-like feel. I felt unique. Of course, it didn't feel the same as a lot of the other Halos. Like, the best thing about Halo 3 ODST was like when you got the mythic disc along with it, so you can play the DLC maps for Halo 3. Um, but yeah, Halo 3 ODST, like, the campaign was solid. Like, it's not a bad game by any means. It deserves to be up there in A tier because of the firefight impact I felt, and it like changed the way that Halo operated around that mode, and a lot of the ones afterwards did have the firefight mode in it. So yeah, props to Halo 3 ODST. You were a solid game. Um, this is the where things become a lot more difficult. Okay. We're gonna have Halo 4 and Halo 5 here. I think Halo 4 and Halo 5 are pretty fucking similar. Um, Now, I don't like the new factions that they've designed in Halo. The Prometheans. I think design-wise they look really cool. And the guns look really cool. How they have armor and guns that like float and then they glow orange and shit. But I feel like they could have integrated them better. I understand they're like an ancient forerunner race, highly technologically advanced, and for the very first time in the Halo series, you felt like Master Chief was actually vulnerable. That is the best part about it. But they don't actually feel fun at all to fight. They feel like more of an annoyance. And when you start getting rid of fun in video games and making it feel like a chore, that's when it doesn't feel the best. And Prometheans felt like a fucking chore, honestly. I don't like it when elites look like wimps because I felt like they did just disjustice to elites in a lot of these games, and elites the most coolest faction in Halo by far. They look fucking sick. Don't at me. Um, I'm just compiling both of these Halos together because I feel like that's where they deserve to be. And I don't think they're bad games by any means. Like, they're below average. Like, A tier is, good. B's like, okay, it's okay, dude. Like, I can tolerate it, but I'm not gonna be fucking launching up my Xbox One to play Halo 4 or Halo 5 anytime soon. It's not. It's like the story mode had really good cutscenes and stuff. Map design, once again, very poor. Like, I don't know what happened after Halo 3 did. The map design just turned into utter fucking garbage. Um, if they had map design like Halo 3, it'd be a much more better game, because the gunplay is actually okay in Halo 4 and 5. Like, a lot of people don't dig the gunplay, but I think the gunplay is pretty good. I don't mind the bloom system, and the guns look really cool. But they fucking have garbage maps, dude. Holy shit. God damn it. How can they fuck that shit up? They made like a perfect formula. Anyway, now these are the difficult ones, because these are like the miscellaneous ones. These aren't the first-person shooters. But either way, I'm having both of these at C tier. Now, not because they're bad games, but they are like the definition of it's like, fuck. This just seemed like a cash-in to me. I've played them both. They were okay. They give you a little bit of insiders on terms of lore and stuff. But it's like, it's a budget RTS. And Halo 2 and Halo Wars 2 and Halo Wars, those are budget RTSs. And Spartan Assault and the other thing, those are literally budgets of Halo Wars. How the fuck could you even dumb that shit down even more? They managed to do it. Those games are not very enjoyable. Those are like literally passable. They're just passable. They don't do anything special. They're not innovative whatsoever. They're just passable. Okay? You know what? We're going to create another tier, boys. We're going to make D tier. Oh, no, that's C, okay? And then we'll make D. Those two go over there. Okay? I think passable's even a compliment, because that means then C. That means they'll be C. D. Give that shit D. C tiers. Now, it looks like I'm being lazy jumbling up all these together, but Halo, I don't know what the fuck has gotten wrong with them throughout like the past 5 years or whatever. Their sequels are garbage, or like, they're not garbage, but they don't really extend too much upon it, you know. Okay, so let's break down what Halo Wars is. Halo Wars is a fucking toddler's console dumbed down version of an RTS. Okay? Do I think Halo Wars is bad? No. Do I think Halo Wars is really dumbed down? Yes. Do I think Halo Wars should have gone on PC? Yes. Do I think Halo Wars shouldn't have fucking released it on console to make it so stupidly dumb? It's of them releasing Halo Wars on console. Like, Halo Wars should have been the apology letter to fucking PC gamers, dude. They should have made a fantastic HUD. They should have made the game more advanced. That should have been their apology letter to PC gamers. Like, after us not releasing Halo 3 and above on PC, you guys can now have Halo Wars where you can enjoy the RTS game style of your Halo universe. It's a big slap in the face, dude. And they released it like a year ago to PC. Oh, you're fucking... That's fantastic, dude. Yeah. Okay. One thing out of the way. Out of every single Halo games, Halo Wars actually has the best cutscenes. They look fucking phenomenal, dude. Especially for the time Halo Wars 1. Arbiter looks absolutely amazing. That fight with the 3 Spartans at the end, towards the end of the game, where you're with Sergeant Forge, and the Spartans do like fucking cartwheels and shit over the elites. That was one of the sickest gaming scenes I've ever seen. It was magnificent, dude. And they had like pretty cool ideas for units and stuff, but it was very restrictive as what you can do. They went very safe with what they wanted to do in an RTS. And that is what Halo Wars is. It's a very safe RTS to please fans for the Halo universe. If you have no idea what Halo is, and you're an avid RTS player, you would think that this game is a steaming wild wet pile of shit. So the fact that I come from the Halo universe, maybe it's a little bit of a bias coming in, but I think it's like hedging towards the beat here. Okay. Um, as I said, it's very difficult to like market an RTS up against all these fucking first person games because at the end of the day, they're very, very different as to how they operate. Like, this could be an argument, okay? That could very well be an argument. Um, Halo 2 had a lot of optimization issues. Halo Wars 2, sorry. So that was really annoying. The fact that they gave out DLC free characters was very good, so thanks Microsoft for that. Um, I was really disappointed when they didn't release the Flood as a playable faction, because that's what everyone from Halo Wars 1 wanted. That is what everyone from Halo Wars 1 wanted. The campaign just felt like it felt boring, and it was a very stock standard. Halo Wars 2 was a chance for them to extend upon everything and make everything really cool, but it just went for the same formula that Halo Wars 1. Good story, boring to play, but it was a good story. The good thing about Halo Wars 2 actually is it really changed the way people looked at brutes. Having a really intelligent brute that was fucking badass, dude, and like literally manhandling Spartans. Holy shit, just chucking them around like used fucking furniture. But yeah, that's where the Halo Wars games go. Like they're very close to getting to B, but I think that's a compliment. That like definition of average. They're stock standard, with a Halo tag to it. But yeah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is my Halo tier list. So if you guys disagree, agree, feel free to give your opinions in the comments. That's my Halo tier list. Love you all. Good night, Kings.